One of the most important parts of optimizing your brain health, whether it's degenerative conditions, traumatic brain injuries, or even neurodevelopmental disorders, is making sure that you're eating right. So, why is this so important? Well, in all of these scenarios, often the brain cannot use sugar, especially carbs, in the same way for energy. This creates a really big issue for the brain as the brain uses 25 to 30% of our total body's energy. So if the brain cannot use sugar right for energy, then it will not function appropriately. There's one diet that tends to work better than others to help correct this, and that is the ketogenic style diet. So if this is the first time you've heard the term ketogenic style diet, the purpose of this diet is to change the fuel source for the brain. So instead of it being carbs and sugars, it now gets changed into fats. This is a process that can take anywhere from 3 to 8 weeks. And the goal is, once again, is to use fats as a primary source of energy. What you're looking for when you're eating this diet is really about 70% of what you're going to eat is going to be fats. The next bit is going to be protein, and then only a small bit, anywhere from 20 to 40, is going to be carbs. Sometimes it may even need to be less than that, depending on your individual situation. So what are examples of good fats? Olive oil, avocado oil, eating avocados, walnuts, pecans, almonds, hemp seeds, grass-fed beef, wild-caught salmon, and the list really can go on and on. So there's an abundance of things that you can have. And it's important to note that whenever you look at your plate's not going to be mostly fat when you look at it. It's actually going to be mostly veggies that are either steamed or raw. That's the preferred. You can have some that are cooked as well in a different way. But because there's so many more calories in fats than there are in your vegetables, it's always going to look like you've got way more veggies. But in the end, the percentage of calories is going to be from fat. And then when you're eating fruit, you want to make sure ideally to have more of the berries, but you can also have some apples and oranges and things like that as well. But you just have to be mindful. And this does vary on an individual basis. Not everyone does well on a ketogenic style diet, but for many, this is a very important step. And there may be further restrictions that are needed, in which we can run specialized testing to see if there are certain foods that you're reacting to. So once again, takeaway: when the brain is unhealthy for whatever reason, whether it's an injury, a degenerative condition, or a developmental based disorder, it often doesn't use sugar and carbs in the right way. And so we need to switch that source over to ketones, which we get through a ketogenic style diet, which is made up mostly of healthy fats. It's really important to make it healthy fats, as we've talked about many different ones, and to avoid bad fats, as those will ultimately create more inflammation and hurt your brain.